This is Thomas Wake with Astrology, and we're going to go through the Kundalini, the Tetragrammaton, the cube within a cube, the Torus field, how it relates to the Kundalini, the Chakra system, and the Tree of Life, and the serpent on the staff by Moses, and Christ's crucifixion, and the rising of the chrism and christening of the self. This is the very secrets of the mystery schools, of the mysticism branches of the religions. That was reserved for the elite, for the few chosen wealthy nobles, for the priest class. They would get hip to what these religions were really about, knowing them on a deeper level. They wouldn't teach this to the common folk because they thought the profane shouldn't know this stuff. And it should only be reserved for those initiates who went through the proper training so that it wouldn't blow their mind. Yes, I could see that. But what I'm afraid happened was that this knowledge was taken and it hasn't been dispersed. It's been just taken by the dark freaking forces and used against us, hoping that we're illiterate. Well, we're not. And we have a technological communications revolution so we could get this very important information out. This is how we break the chains of ignorance, by right knowledge. And how do we get to right knowledge? By right thinking, by right acting, and right feeling. Which brings us to the beginning of this. Get comfortable. Thomas Wake, Astro Wake. Let's do this. We have our elements, but before we even get to the elements, we have to get to the world of duality. Now, often you'll see on Masonic drawing boards, two columns. In the middle is another column. You'll see a ladder that goes up with usually 9 rungs. On the bottom is a black and white checkerboard representing the land of duality. One of these, the right, is known as Boaz. This Joachim. This is the feminine, ruled by the moon. This is the masculine, ruled by the sun and Saturn. Jupiter with mercy. The right-hand path, the left-hand path. I hope you can read that all right. So what we want to do, and now this is also, so keep that in mind. We're breaking paradigms here today. So here is the male positive. It's also the phallic symbol seen in Washington, D.C. with inside the vesica piscis, which is a portal, which is that part, which is also the woman's private part. Also known as the chalice. This would be the sword and the chalice. Male and the feminine get together, the black and the white. And it's 6 points. This is also 666, the number of carbon, the number of man. Carbon 12. Because the 6 plus the 6 gives us 12. In the middle is the Son of God, the 13th apostle, my friends, surrounded by the 12. Us in the middle. The 12 knights of the round table. The 12 hours of the day and the 12 hours of the night. The 12 apostles of Christ, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 brothers of Joseph, the 12 loaves of bread in the temple, the 12 breastplate jewels on the high priests, the 12 labors of Hercules, the 12 pillars of Samson. Need I go on? It's all about the 12 constellations that go around our freaking Earth, that the sun travels through, and the planets. That's the holy 7 visible luminaries. Here is our elements: fire, air, earth, and water. Fire and air are the masculine elements, a line going down. Matter is mother, earth, and matter, turn the M upside down, water. The feminine female elements. From those 4 elements, we get everything. The 5-pointed star, they add spirit up there. And then your 4 elements. It's also a symbol for Venus and for Sirius, the dog star, the sun behind our sun. Now, this is also a cube, as I showed you before. This is also called a Merkaba. It's what Ezekiel Wheels travels in. And what happens is, when we put a cube within a cube, we put, I'm pretty sure, you put a positive cube, so that would be white for say, into a black negative cube. White being, or a blue to red, that's that shift, the opposites. We bring them together. When we bring that together, it throws off this great energy. Bam! Electric. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. But you cannot see it. It's also the Aries glyph. The first sign of spring. We spring out in this great energy. Electricity. The electric boogie. And then this magnetic, the female magnetic energy, brings it back in. There's our vesica Pisces again, my friend. Now we have these, and we have, this is matter, earth, our plane where we could see. This is fire and air. Here's the middle section, the cross that Christ was crucified on. The Son of God travels like this, my friends. Spring. This is the horizontal, the horizon, where we have our equinox, equal nights, equal days. Over here would be Libra, the scales, where everything's even. Actually, for the sake of this, we're going to have it right in here. So watch this. We go to Taurus, the second sign. So this starts off, bam, that starts off spring. Bam, this is fixed spring, which is Earth, Taurus. And then the final one, we have mutable Gemini, air. Fire, earth, air. And now we're going to go to water. Cancer, where we have our summer solstice. To Virgo. I'm sorry, to Leo, which is fixed. See this mutable? Cardinal Cancer. And now fixed Leo in the middle of summer. And then the last mutable Earth, which is Virgo. And then we go to our middle, where we have our equinox, Libra. And then it falls with the bite, the sting of Scorpio. And then in wintertime, we have mutable fire, ending our fall months when the sun falls. And then we have at the bottom, Capricorn, in the middle of winter, at the Tropic of Capricorn. Up here we have the Tropic of Cancer, our hemispheres, the path of the sun. And then Aquarius, and then finally Pisces to finish it up. This is all things I'm doing with the Taurus. The bull or it rings like a bell. It's vibration, frequency, energy. Energy on a certain vibration, we get a chance to control that vibration. This is also the god Baal, or a bell, where El is Saturn. You'll see that Saturn is the father of time who keeps us going, together with Venus and the moon. And we'll get to that in a little bit. El is Saturn. Father time. His consort is Rhea, as in area, as in space, time and space. Rhea has to go with the moon, the Virgo constellation actually, Earth, and the moon. The moon, Earth, and Venus. All the feminine aspects go to Rhea, who's the mother god, who is Ma-Rhea. Saturn comes from the god Set, who is also known as Seth in Hebrew scriptures, which is also when goes to as in Joseph, as in Saint Joseph, and Maria, who gave Saturn, and Rhea gave birth to Zeus. Zeus. With Jupiter also goes the sun of God. Each one of these has 4 sections that are given off to the 4 archangels because they take on 4 big angles. Angles are messengers in astrology. That's where we get angels from. Now, up here we have also the tree of life. Its roots down here at the root chakra. One in the middle is the heart chakra, where everything goes off of. At the top of the top is the crown chakra, which is on top of the head. This is the third eye chakra. This is the throat chakra. Heart chakra, green ruled by Venus, and then the solar plexus ruled by the sun, and then the sacrum, orange, ruled by Jupiter, and the root, red. This is the infrared down here, ultraviolet. So here's a chakral system, all 7 of them, going up your spine, which is the tree of life, the middle. Now here go back to our columns, our left and our right path. And we go to the tree, the Kabbalistic tree of life. And what happens is there's 3 on each side. And then what's 6 minus 13 is 7 in the middle. Bring us back to our earlier cube. So what we do, you bring the sephiroths that are on the left and the right together for our 7 chakral systems out of our 13. And that's that's also the caduceus with the wings at the top, the pineal gland at the very top. And then what do we have? The snakes, the dueling dragons. It's the Kundalini energy in our bodies. And they cross 7 times on the middle. And this is Moses putting up the serpent in the desert. This is the crucifixion. The thieves on each side, the good thief and the bad thief. In the middle, Christ on the cross, who must be lifted up, who took the middle path as the serpent Moses in the desert, to look on it so you might not die. Now, this is also our spinal cord. This is the male element is the pineal gland, the pingala, and then the pituitary gland, the feminine. The pingala secretes a honey-like substance. The pituitary secretes a milky-like substance. And the cerebrum and cerebrum, Sarah and Abraham, the cherubim guarding the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark, the dome, that is your skull of Golgotha, where Christ was crucified. This is also the movement of the holy chrism, oil. And you do it once a month when the moon meets your natal sun. You'll see it in the Catholic Eucharist when they take the Eucharist that looks like the sun, and what do? They put it in a monstrance, a trance for the moon. And what keeps it is a lunette. So you put literally the sun and the moon together. Now, once a month, the moon will come around your natal sun. That's where you have a chance to recalibrate this whole system to raise your holy chrism. As your chrism raises, it opens up the chakras, which are like wheels, which are like lotuses that each have a different amount of petals that they open and a different color on the color spectrum. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, ultraviolet. This is everything, my friends. Shout out to Santos Bonacci. Shout out to lots of people. This is all allegory. These stories about Moses leading the people out of the Red Sea, out of Sodom and Gomorrah, out of the Red Chakra. These are all allegories. These never historically happened. Stop killing people over land. This is all Bethlehem, the land of the bread. Virgo, who holds the grain? The Virgin Mary is the Virgo constellation. The Lamb of God is the Aries Passover lamb, the ram of spring when we come out of the death of winter. Scorpio, who gave the kiss to the sun for 30 pieces of silver, 30 decans of silver. Silver is the moon, gold's the sun. Who gave him with the kiss of death. The Scorpio, when it stings you, it looks like lips. And it freaking kills you. Capricorn, the goat head. People are all scared of the freaking goat satanic rituals. They're simply tapping into the Capricorn materialistic world. Oftentimes, they knock down the right-hand path and they just go by the left-hand path. And they're always sacrificing the sacred feminine. That's why we have a war on terror. Sacred terror, Mother Earth. We're killing Earth. The sacred goddess Isis from Egypt that Mary came out of as well. Rhea, the mother of all gods. We have a war against Isis. So together we have to bring the masculine and the feminine, masculine, feminine together in ourselves, which is casting the left and the right hemispheres of our brain. Christ said, cast your nets to the right. Now Christ is an allegorical story, just like Hiram Abiff to the Masons. It's a story to teach us how to ascend our holy chrism and become Christed. It's not a historical story. There is no historical person named Jesus Christ who existed in 0 BC, born in a manger. Who was there? The bull and the goat, Taurus and Capricorn. Mary holding, that's almost 20 minutes. The right brain. We have to get into our emotional, receptive, psychic realm because that's where we have compassion. Instead, what these dark, freaking satanic, wealthy occultists, psychopaths, what they do is they sacrifice, they do a cremation of care. Shout out to Mark Passio. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. All my favorite astrologers, all my truth seekers. Couldn't have done this all without you.